Welcome to Tarot with Shannon. In today's reading, I am going to look at what message wants to come through for you right now. So this is something perhaps you've been ruminating about, or something you've been wondering about, or maybe it's just something that you had no idea, you don't know what's coming. Whatever wants to come through, that's what this reading is about. So before you have 3 different groups to choose from. In group 1, we have Tarot of the Abyss. Group 2, we have the Mystic Mondays Tarot. And in group 3, we have the Night Wait Tarot deck. So take a moment to gaze upon the 3 different groups. If you head on down to the description box, you will find the timestamps for each of these groups. And if you feel called to more than one reading, there's probably messages for you in other readings as well. So feel free to listen to those too. Now remember to pick with your intuition, not with aesthetic. All right, I'll see you at your reading. Hello, group 1, and welcome to your reading. In today's reading, we're going to look at a message that you need to hear right now. Before we get to the tarot cards, I'm going to look at this oracle deck. It'll give us some keywords to see what it is. It's kind of message that wants to come through for you, okay? Okay, we have first relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my highest good. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. With the Pride card coming out here, I really sense the message that wants to come through is to letting you know how much your spirit team, if you want to call it that, higher self, God, whatever resonates with you, is really proud of the work that you've done to heal your relationships. So many of you have been going through challenges in your relationships, and it seems as though you have really worked on improving them. And a lot of that comes down to because you've been really working on yourself. You've been working on your body and health in every single way. And it's really benefited your relationships with people, and you might be noticing that your relationships are starting to improve right now. That you are no longer bringing in toxic people into your world. You've really released a lot of people that weren't good for you, and you've really been nurturing the relationships that are in your life right now. So there's a sense of this pride, like feeling really proud of you for doing so well. So that's a message that really wants to come through, is to let you know how well you're doing. The other message is to continue to really work on your health, to improve your health, however that is, moving, walking, eating a little better. A gut health came through. When it comes to relationships, it's really keeping people around you who respect your health too. Some of you might have disabilities or chronic health issues that you're starting to feel better about, or perhaps you felt it's challenged your relationships and made it hard for you to keep and maintain relationships. But those people that are around you or coming around you soon will be much more understanding. And there's a part of that too of don't judge a book by its cover here a little bit, in that not necessarily about attractiveness and looks is not what I mean. What I mean though is more about when it comes to health, like just because somebody seems like they might not be healthy as far as physical health, maybe there's something about them that makes their relationship with them challenged, to not overlook that, because there's some beautiful relationships waiting for you. I'm going to put this one back, but to see like 2 of Wands, he's off looking, like there's something waiting for you. And it has to do with health and your relationships. and not letting your pride get in the way of, well, that's not what I want, you know. It's more about seeing who is actually really got your best interest at heart, who's really there for you, who's really there for you. That's what this is about. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say. There's the Two of Wands again. Okay. Now we have the Star. Beautiful. See that health? The Star is about recuperating from, it could be recuperating from bad situation, and especially if your health, okay? Three of Cups. That's, again, the relationships. Temperance. I saw this too, and it came right back out for you. And King of Wands. What a beautiful reading. I love this. I love this for you. You have King of Cups on the back. What a beautiful time that you're going into right now, okay? So if we see here with the Two of Wands, you see him looking ahead to the Star, to Three of Cups, to Temperance. And you see the Two of Cups are two different cups coming to this woman who's beautiful. Her hair is growing into flowers. You are blossoming. You've been going through some health battles. I think that you've really been challenged in your health. And through your health challenges, cancer did come into my head. This is not what is going to happen, by the way. This is something I'm talking about from the past, okay? I don't want to trigger anyone's health anxiety. That's not what I mean. But for some of you, you've overcome cancer. You've finally had or you're about to be cleared, okay? So for some of you, and I don't like doing health readings. I don't like saying these kinds of things. I feel that they're not appropriate, really, but that just came through, and I feel some of you might have had overcome that recently, and this is a time to really celebrate and be proud of yourself for how well you've done, and nurture those friendships who really stood by you. And there's more great things to come. You're really coming into a peace time, a real peaceful, beautiful, tranquil time. And all of those health battles, maybe some of you had perimenopause, chronic pain, long-term stomach issues, headaches, all kinds of different things, okay? And it's not just physical health even. It could be mental health as too, different aspects of our health. And it's been really weighing you down. And health of your relationships. If you're physically fine, but your relationships maybe have been going through a lot. Like maybe you've been through a lot of upheaval in your relationships, and now they're really starting to heal. Everything coming together for you. It's starting to heal. And the Star coming in is just so beautiful here because it's that renewal, and you're reaching for that star now. And you see there's these three women. This is the maiden mother crone. So it sense that you're coming into a new phase of your life, and it's with renewal, and it's the next phase of your life. Some of you are going into that next phase of your life. Some of you have had a baby recently or are pregnant, and it's letting you know that there's so much to celebrate, and that all of the difficulties that you went through, if you had a challenging pregnancy, or if you are currently having a challenge, or something like that, okay? So something to do with your health. It's something that has been an ongoing thing, is healing. This is the message that's coming through that wants you to know that you're healing. Things are about to get so good for you. Peace, like Temperance is, and the Star and Three of Cups when it comes to your health. This is the best you can hope for here, because it's showing like a real balance in your moderation, in everything. And we have the King of Wands. So you're going to feel that passion coming back, but it's controlled. The King of Wands is under control. So there's another thing. Maybe you got caught up in relationships, and maybe romantic relationships. You got really caught up in them, and maybe you got really badly hurt. Maybe you let your passions get out of the way, out of control a bit. And now you're coming in and you have control over your heart and those passionate feelings that you have. You're able to manipulate them. You see, you're able to pull that fire up when you need it. And I feel like that fire is really coming to life in you. You're coming back to life now. This is really a sense of and you need to be proud of yourself for how hard you worked on your health and your relationships to be in this place of real recuperation and healing. And if you're not feeling that yet, this message is telling you that is the message you need to hear. You are going into a really, really fruitful time where you're going to meet beautiful people. You're going to feel family around you. You're going to feel friends around you who feel like family. You know, you're going to feel balanced in your body. The homeostasis is the temperance card, right? After the star of healing, you know, the star comes after the tower card when things in her life is really falling apart. The star card, she's naked usually, and you know, 1 foot on land, 1 foot in the water. She's starting to become stable again, and she's vulnerable, but she's healing, and that's that renewal. It's also like hope, right? It's having hope. Like hope is this, you're feeling more hopeful and you're feeling more optimistic, and around you, you're going to be celebrating these with friends. I sense travel. I sense a lot of really important. I really sense there's a witchy vibe here too. So some of you might be really coming together with people who are like you, and the sisterhood feeling. There's a coven feeling, or the, you know, like I just feel like you're coming into a time of feeling like you found your people. You're feeling really good and healthy, and you're finally optimistic. And so this is a really good time for you. Okay. Things are going to get really much better. If you're already feeling good, yay, this is like a clap for you, but it's also to let you know, now's the time too, with the King of Wands, for you to really take the lead. It wants you to take the lead. The message here is like, once you really start feeling better, and you will, take the lead on those projects that you've been wanting to do. You know what to do. You're very capable of doing it. Now's the time. You know, when you're really starting to feel good, ride that and take that King of Wands energy. The King of Wands is a visionary. So there's something that you have vision in your head for something. And now that you've kind of come out of the turbulent times, and you're into like this more health time, and you're into a phase of better relationships with people, and you're feeling more grounded, you're feeling more stable inside your body, then King of Wands is here to say, take that lead, take that, you know, that passions you have and that vision you have, and get the people around you on board, because they will be. They're going to support you. You're going to have support is definitely coming through here. So let me take just some oracle cards to get a little bit more of this message that wants to come through for you. Okay. We have mountain, challenges and achievements. So it's like it's been a long climb. You see her like at the top of this mountain, and she's, you know, flying off even. It's like you're just gonna, the pride thing, you know, you're just gonna feel so much pride for yourself that you did it. It's like, wow, I did it. I came this far. I got through it all, you know? And so, you know, you're gonna feel like a, yeah, dog loyalty. You're going to find in determination, your determination and your loyalty to yourself and to the people in your life who really matter, and the people who've been by your side. So you're going to find that more real loyal people are going to be around you, and your loyalty is going to be rewarded here. And really, this message, I feel like an applause for you. It's like whoever your guides are, whoever your team is, or whoever you are, I could sense like there's like an applause, like, yay, you did it. You really did it, you know? Peacock, pregnancy, wealth. Remember I mentioned about baby? So some of you, that might be true. And your babies bring blessings. Like, and I really feel like, okay, baby could just be a metaphor for just new things in your life that you're giving birth to, right? And so I really feel like you are coming into a fruitful time where you're just everything is working out for you, okay? Snake. Ooh, desire and attraction. So you're going to feel real sexy. So we're coming up here, the King of Wands. Yeah, so you're going to feel more desirable. Like you're really getting that zoom back. You know, you're getting your fire back. And you're going to start to feel really good about yourself. Yeah. And I just had, I think it was Queen of Pentacles. I flipped over when I was in the very beginning showing like the 3 different groups. And that tells me too, is that queen vibe, you know, it's like, but you're grounded and you're stable and you have money and you're doing well. You're doing well. And you're going to find yourself being very desirable very soon. So if you're looking for anyone, if you've been out there, you know, trying to, maybe you're ready to get back out dating or something, you know, this is saying you're going to have a lot of people interested. Okay. So we have this deck as well. You know, you've really come a long way in your achievements. And for those of you that aren't seeing it yet, I'm going to tell you this. You are going to feel this soon. This is what's coming to you. A real pat on the back and a high five from the universe that, you know, you did it. You worked hard. You created this for yourself. And now you're going to have wealth is coming to you. Abundance is coming to you. Okay. I feel abundance of health, wealth, friends, stability, just feeling really at ease, feeling really like everything is good, you know? Conclusions are within each. Full moon eclipse. We just passed eclipse season. So some of you might have had some realizations happen during the eclipse season that might have brought to life some things. Now, it could have been painful things. Sometimes they're painful things, but you're coming into the reward for it, like the conclusion, you know, it's like the end. And so you're almost there is what it's saying. You're almost there. If some of you aren't feeling it yet, you're almost there. The end of tough cycle approaches full moon in Capricorn, as I was just saying. You're almost there. Hang on. I was like, hang on, don't worry. You're almost there. You're almost there. Let's see if that's still on the screen. Yeah. One more. The answers you need are coming. Yeah. So this has been a reading that has very much been talking about how, you know, now some of you might be getting, so the answers you need are coming. You might be getting news from like a test from health, you know, and you're finally like getting what you need to know to let it all go, and you'll celebrate this. So like a diagnosis or a clean bill of health kind of thing. Okay, so we're going to look at the last Oracle deck. These are the last few messages. This is really centered around your health, though. Definitely around you feeling better and feeling strong, strong in your health, strong relationships, everything. Because health just isn't about our physical health. It's about our mental health. It's about the people around us, our relationships health, right? The meaning is in the middle. Memento mori, life, presence, depth. That comes back to temperance, where you're starting to feel more centered and grounded, where things feel more as they should, you know? Like you feel like you are where you're supposed to be. And you realize that it's not in the extremes. You've really come into control of yourself. That's what I feel like. Some of you might have had even addiction issues, and you've come into control of it now. You might be celebrating sobriety, some of you. The portal, are you ready? Adventure, ancestors calling. Yeah, so that's what I get here. See how she's like about to enter this portal? You've been preparing for this for a while. So some of you had to go through these big health issues and things because, you know, you're being prepared for the thing you really want. And if you ever do like manifestation work or spell work or anything like that around, you know, let's say I want to improve my health. I want good health. I want abundance of health. I want abundance of this, that, whatever. Well, in order for that to come in, you have to deal with the problems at hand. So if you wanted better health, you might have had a health crisis. That often happens because this is how it's like, okay, well, here's this ongoing issue that you haven't really been addressing. And here's this health crisis. It's going to force you to address it. So that could be something that you've been having to deal with. And this is just saying like all of that was to really clear the way for you to feel as you've always wanted. You're getting what you want. Okay, you're getting what you want. That's the message you want to hear, you need to hear right now, is you're getting what you want, and it's a lot to do because you did the work. You've gotten through the challenges, you put the effort in, you've been working on your health and your relationships, and now you're going to reap the rewards of that, and peace and balance is coming into your life, and the road ahead of you is very clear and sunny and bright and joyful and peaceful. All right, I hope that helped you. Thank you for joining me. Please do subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you back. Share this video with anyone you think might be useful for, and do leave a comment. I love to know what you're thinking. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading. Today we're going to look at a message that you need to hear right now. So first I'm going to take out these oracle cards, which will give us a kind of a look-see into the topic at hand. What wants to come through for you today? Let's see. Okay, we have envy. I am the same as everyone, but with different challenges. Honesty. I can always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it. I cannot. Let's try that again, shall we? I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Okay, there you go. And finally, gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Okay. Right away, the message that wants to come through is you've been working hard to overcome kind of looking at what other people have rather than seeing what you have. And being more grateful for the things in your life and being honest with yourself about what it is that you really want. Sometimes when we envy things in other people, it's not what we really want for ourselves. We just want to feel that kind of sense of pride and achievement and success that others feel, right? And this is really saying, like, you know, you have been doing the work to try to get over that kind of jealousy and envy of what other people have, and being more honest with yourself and working to see, like, you know, that you have a lot to be grateful for in your life. And if that doesn't resonate, that's the message here is to really do that, you know, to Seven of Cups flipped over. So yeah, it's like seeing that there's all these options and all these things that you want to do. But the key is to be honest with yourself and not to go with things that other people are doing because you kind of see what they're doing and you have that feeling of, you know, FOMO, or just you want to do that because it looks good, but realizing, like, maybe that's not for you. And instead of looking at your own life and saying as if you don't have enough, realizing I have everything I need. Now I just need to add in the things that I really want. Like maybe some adjustments need to be made. But being grateful for some of the things in your own life, rather than focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you do have. Like basically that's the message of the 3 cards here. But I feel that you have been doing that, and it's been a work in progress for you. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. Princess of Wands. Let's push these down a little. Sorry, I'm a bit cramped here. Okay. 10 of Wands. And the Fool. Okay. In the back, there's Queen of Wands. All right, so I feel like the King of Pentacles here is somebody you're hoping to either embody, or it's somebody who is in your life. So this would be a male, masculine figure, older, and successful. And perhaps that's the person that you've been envying. But I feel more like it's who you're trying to kind of embody, and it's also who you're trying to attract. I feel like you have a lot of ambitions. You have a lot of things that you want to do. But, you know, coming back up into the honesty card, the message here is like you need to focus on the things that you know you can achieve. It's kind of like put all your passions, like you're almost at the 10 of Wands is when you're at the end of the Wands journey, where you're ready to kind of, you know, put all your heavy wands down, and the wands are your passions and the things you want to achieve in life, goals, you know, and now it's like the Fool. So she's the same as this. You see her, she's in the dress, and now she's off. It's like, I get the sense of somebody who tries a lot of different things. You're trying to achieve something, and so you're trying a lot of different things. So when things get, you know, you have all these things you want to do, and you rush off, and you're kind of doing them all. And the Princess of Wands here is like, yay, I'm very enthusiastic about it. But then it becomes a burden because you have so many things that you're trying to do at once that you end up having to drop them, and then you start a new thing. And, you know, a lot of us do that. A lot of us have, you know, go from one thing to another thing while we're seeking out that thing that really sticks, you know, because you're trying a lot of different things to see what sticks. And it seems to me like there's something that there's waiting for you. There's a message you need to hear. There's something that is waiting for you, and to really focus in on the thing that what you really want to achieve, because you have quite a bit of experience actually, and to draw upon that experience to narrow it into one focus and to start fresh there. I feel like a fresh start is coming your way. That's what I have. I get the strong sense here of a fresh start, and that you have a lot of passion, a lot of creativity, a lot of ideas. You're very creative. You've got a lot of ideas. And it's kind of saying like, focus in on the good ones, you know, focus in on the things that you really care about, so they don't become a burden. So if you do too many things and you're trying to take on too many things at once, it can burn you out, and then you don't want to do it anymore. And then you're through that cycle of like trying things and then I'm not succeeding, and trying something else. You know, I get back up to honesty. It's like just being honest with yourself about what you can and can't do. You know, how much can you take on exactly? I know, I totally get it. You know, I have a few different things going on, but it's hard to manage. But if you put your focus on one thing and do that one thing really, really well, then you will get what you want. You'll achieve the success that you want to achieve. And once you have success in one thing and it's stable, then you can really branch off and do other things as well. And I think the message coming through here is just to kind of look at your around and at what you have, and decide that what you're going for is something that is really truly in alignment with what you want, rather than doing things to impress other people and doing things that you think are impressive, rather than doing the things that are important, things that are real for you, your path, what you need to do. Because I sense there's something really wonderful that wants to come in once you release all of the ideas that are going nowhere, because it's like you have the wrong idea, kind of, because you're trying too many things. You're bringing on too many things. You know, a lot of good ideas, but focus. Okay, let's get some more messages here from the oracle cards. Oh, okay, we got one. Success and pride. Look at that. She's got a crown. Yeah, in the back we have choices and decision. I kind of feel like you're getting there. You're getting there. Things are better than you think they are. I think that you are worried about stuff's not working, so you keep trying to do new things to see what sticks. But it's the message here is to stop trying so hard and really focus on the thing that brings you real freedom and joy. Like, and there's a new path opening up for you, and you're quite a lot more successful than you think you are. But it's also this idea that you need to be the queen. You want to feel like the queen or your royalty, and you are. Like, accept that you are. You're way more successful than you think you are. Okay, that's a strong message that wants to come through here. You don't need to look at other people and what they're doing, because you are doing quite well. That's the gratitude up there. Look back and look at where you've been and see the successes that have come along the way. What have you succeeded at? And if you're sitting there going, I don't know, I haven't succeeded at anything, then we come back up to gratitude. Okay, so we need to look back and really look at it through a different lens, because you've been trying to do a lot of different things, and maybe you feel like they're not working, but there's something that is working here, but it just kind of needs to coalesce. Like, I feel like you need to coalesce things and bring them together. Yeah. Because there's something new here with the Fool. Okay. So let's look at the Moonology cards. We have bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Yeah, accept who you are and where you're at. Accept the uniqueness that is you. Understand you're not like other people. You have your own gifts and talents. You don't need to try so many different things, because you're actually pretty... I heard a ding right when I said that. So yeah, it's a sense here that love yourself where you're at. There's something new that's coming in. You're going to have success, and be proud of the success you've already achieved, okay? You might be comparing your success to others. And, be honest with yourself here. Like, see that there's magic around you. There's magic around you, okay? A time for healing, balsamic moon. So that's a bringing love into the situation, where you just need to love yourself and see that you are worthy of everything that you want. But it's also like, do what you really love too. Like, pour into the thing that you really love. So when you really love something and you pour into it, it pours back into you. And I sense you've really reached burnout, because you've tried so many things and you feel like you haven't gone as far as you need to. Okay. Normally I don't take cards that kind of fall out like this, but I'm going with it. I think those are your cards. Okay. All right, let's take a look. So we have, oh my God, the sun. Be patient, it will come. Manifestation power 1111. So maybe you've been seeing the number 1111 a lot. That might be your number right now, or you will be. Okay. And this is a sun. This is a beautiful energy. You are more successful than you think you are. I think you feel like you're not as far as maybe you feel like you're not as far as others or how far you should be, but you have come a long way. Like, look at yourself. Be grateful to yourself for the work that you've done and for the things that you have. Okay. The Shaman. Lunatic Insights Cosmo. What does this say? Am I crazy, or is it the moon? I think, yeah, when I say like Aquarius, there's something you want to do that's a little different than everyone else. And maybe you're worried about what other people might think, or you see other people doing things in a certain way and you're trying to do it the way they're doing it to stand out and be flashy, but it's not working for you. What I sense is you really got to tap into your own self, and you have to be your own crazy self and let her come out, him out, whoever. Let them out. Let them out. They want to be out. Let your, what do you call it? The freak flag fly. That's what you need to do. Be yourself. Who cares what other people think? Just be yourself. You have a crazy great idea and you're scared to do it. So you've been trying all these other things to see. And I think this is a lot of you are going to resonate with this. But those things aren't working because there's the one crazy thing that you got to do. That's the thing. That's for you. That'll make you happy. That's where you have the most success. And maybe you've already started doing it. And so there's a sense of coalescing all your ideas and bringing it into this one crazy idea that you have. Maybe you've journaled it recently. Maybe you've been writing it down, or you need to. So there's a sense of something you've written or need to write down, and they'll come. This is where your ideas are flowing from. Do it. Do it. That's what it's saying. Do it. But also don't take on so much. You don't need to take on so many things. Really pour into that thing. The thing that just let it all go. Release it. Release all the burdens of what you have to do and do what you want to do instead. Even if you think it's crazy. Even if you don't think it's going to work. The message here is just do it because it's the right thing for you. All right. I hope this helped you. Thank you so much for joining me. Do subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you back. And yeah, share this video with anyone you think that might enjoy it too. Leave a comment. I'd love to know your thoughts. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. All right. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. So in today's reading, we're going to look at a message that wants to come through. It's pretty open-ended. It'll be whatever needs to come through at this time. So first I'm going to start with this deck. It's an oracle deck to get some, I call them keywords, basically kind of get a vibe of the message to see what wants to be discussed in this reading for you. Okay, group 3. Okay, the first card we have, denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. I think something has come to light for you or will come to light for you, but this is more to do, I think, with something you already know. Something's come to light for you that you realize that you weren't looking at it the right way. It's like you didn't want to see it. You didn't want to see it because you knew that it would be something you would have to deal with, something you would have to face. And then it just came to a head. And this is all about something that has been very fearful for you. And it might have to do with a relationship of some kind. It could be any relationship where a truth came to light. Now, it could also be a relationship. It could be a relationship of any kind. It could be a relationship with yourself. It could be having to do with a situation as well. So not necessarily people, but so yeah, take it as it resonates for you. But I feel like something has come to light recently that you realize that you were, see death. It's something that you knew what was happening, but you didn't want to face it because you were in denial, because you were afraid and you just didn't want to have to deal with the consequences of it. But now this message wanting to come through is kind of saying it's saying, you've had the courage to really look at the situation in a different way and open your heart up to it and see, have empathy. So you were able to look at the different sides of the situation or the relationship or whatever it is and let it go. So the death card is about it's about something dying away and letting it go to make room for something new, rebirth, something coming from it. So let's take a look at the tarot. We have 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. Put that down. 4 of Pentacles. Four of Swords. Queen of Swords. 5 of Wands on the back. I feel like you've had to make a tough decision. So it's like something that you've been putting a lot of time in. No, it could be a relationship. Maybe I'm going to give an example. This isn't necessarily for you as a specific example. Some of you it could be, but it's just an example. It's like a metaphor to kind of draw from. So take that as it resonates, right? So let's just say, for example, you've been married for a long time and you've been loyal and you've been working on this relationship and you didn't see that there's been problems because you've been in denial of it, because you didn't want to face it. You want to face the consequences of what might happen if you dealt with those things. You could face the end of the relationship. So you've kind of been like, holding back, holding yourself back, holding on to what you can, just clutching on for dear life, hoping to keep it together, hoping it'll work, right? But with Four of Swords, I feel like you've really given this a lot of meditation and thought, and you've had time to really like have a break from it and be able to really rest and have time to heal from this. So you have some reflection. You've been reflecting. And for that, now we have the Queen of Swords. And you see she's got one on her side and one across her heart. You know now what to do. And you've had strict boundaries that you've set in place. And you're not scared anymore. And it's like she has armor on to protect herself. And she knows who she is. And the Queen of Swords has been honed into her strength and her regalness. You know, she's there because she has gone through a lot. She's had to fight her mental battles. You know, she's had to get over herself quite a few times, and she's had to fight for others to give her the kind of love and support that she deserves. And so she's not allowing anybody to take that. So I really feel like you're starting to see situations for what they really are because you've been giving yourself time out. And I also sense too, for those of you that's not yet the case, you're going to have some time. So it's going to be a time for healing where you get to finally see the situation for what it truly is. And you're going to come out stronger. The Queen of Swords is brave. She's very brave. She fights those demons with bravery. She knows how to protect herself. So you've learned how to protect yourself, and that's come from you really working hard to understand people and where they're at. You have empathy for them, but you're not allowing them to cross your boundaries. So you can have empathy for people and not let them walk all over you too. And it's like I think you're finally getting out of that doormat place where you're allowing people to step all over you, and you're starting to see the situation for what it truly is. And you're starting to find that part of yourself for your empathy for yourself, and then empathy for the others. Because, situations are complicated. We like to say, oh, they're toxic and they did this and they did that. But sometimes there's a lot more to it, and some of it is our contribution, especially when you were in long-term relationships. Now, I'm not talking about abuse. I just mean the normal relationships we are in. We like to say, well, that person did this, that, whatever, but we also contributed to that in some way. So I see that you're seeing how your own contributions to situation, you're not in denial of your own influence that you have in relationships with other people. You're starting to see like, okay, I also have added to the situation. And so I can see their point of view, and that enables you to really understand people in a better way. And when challenges come up and people challenge you, but you can set up your boundaries now. You have really good boundaries. You're not allowing people walk all over you anymore. And a real strong message here of don't let anybody walk all over you anymore either. Because you're really brave. The Queen of Swords is brave. She's strong. She's brave. She's courageous. The mental suite is the hardest one, fighting our own inner thoughts and our own battles of our mental health. That's not easy. And especially with denial, when we don't want to believe that something's true, even though it is, it has having the courage to face the truth. It's hard sometimes because the consequences can be so intense. But this is saying here that it will help clear your mind to really understand the situation in a different way and to not let anybody cross your boundaries. The luck money. Abundance for you, because you're being brave. And when you finally have compassion for yourself and for other people and understand situations and stop being in that sense of denial, of denying yourself the truth, but also denying your own self-love and empathy, and having the courage to stand up for what you believe in and who you believe in. So that's the Queen of Swords too. She stands up for who she believes in. She's protective, and you are. But this has allowed you to see things clearly. It's also a message here of where are your reserves, kind of thing. Like, do you have reserves? Do you have money saved? Do you have what you need? Because you're going to get it. I mean, there's luck money. So it's also like, I feel like you're going to be coming into some money here. And it'll just be like you'll find money. Maybe I kind of get the sense of some of you might just find money. I guess found money in some way. Maybe somebody, a passed over relative from a long time ago, you find out that they had a bank account nobody knew about, and suddenly you're coming into some money. Or, maybe you find some money on the street. Or maybe somebody just gives you money for no reason. So you're coming into some money in some way here. Ocean, distance, journey. So travel. You're going to get away. Gate, opportunities, home. Yeah, there's something that's... you're going to have, so luck money. You're going to have the money you need to go on a trip that you want. That's some of you are really going to get that. And that's the Four of Swords healing that you need. So some of you really do need respite, and you do need some health, I call it health time, but it's like the me time, the time that you have for yourself to really get over situations we've been in that have challenged us, and we need, or especially when you need to clear your head. I feel like you just need to clear your head, and you're going to get that time to clear your head and to really see a situation for what it truly is. You're kind of leaving that behind you. I get the sense of traveling somewhere, seeing something from a new, fresh perspective, having the money and the resources that you need to be able to do the things that you want to do. I really sense of you coming out of a place of not of being really reserved and held back, into opening yourself up to being more in charge. That's what I want to say. In charge. But you're doing so from a place of protection now. You're doing so of boundaries, of this is my space. Okay. Next, we have some Moonology. I'm going to do some more Oracle cards here to get some more messages for you. Also, the money that you get, there's a bit of like a save it because a trip might come up. If that hasn't come up yet, it might. So if you do run into some money, like save it so that you have the chance to be able to have some healing time. Okay, one card. Don't let your past hold you back. I'm going to take it out, even though I only take the middle pile, but we're going to do it. Okay. Don't let the past hold you back. Self notes. So you're releasing something that, is old and outdated. And that's an old dated version of you, I feel, here. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. So I do feel like some of you are going to be getting time for yourself to heal. You're going to get time away. I get the sense of you going on a vacation, you getting time away. Okay, there's a bunch more that are coming out here, so I'm just going to pull them. I feel like you need some more messages. Your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. So I sense that you are going through a testing period, or you're coming out of it. And to be aware of that, and so really be honest with yourself where you're at. That will help you grow tremendously through times of being tested. Be honest about yourself. Are you ready? Are you really ready yet? Ask yourself. There might be something you really want to do, but you're not sure how to do it. Or ask yourself if you're ready, if you just need time to really think about it. Okay, we have luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. What's up? See the luck money. So you're going to come into the resources and the money that you need to make something happen. Like you're going into a lucky time. Okay. You're going to a really lucky time here. And it's going to be coming from a place of you kind of coming out of that rosy colored glasses, seeing things for as they truly are, having empathy for yourself and others. In other words, you're really not there's no blame here. You're just taking responsibility for your own actions, and you're understanding where other people are coming from, because it's easier to forgive, right? I've sensed that it's just it's like this feeling, because you're finally letting it go, because you're deciding to just forgive by seeing their point of view. Okay. A new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. I do sense some of you are leaving behind a difficult relationship. I gave the marriage example before. I feel like some of you are moving on, okay? And you're going to be meeting somebody new. So that's a message for some of you. But for others, it's just a new romantic cycle where you're going to feel really good. You're going to feel good about yourself. Like, you're going into some good times. You did it yourself. You put the work in. Okay, this is the messages coming in here. The good things that are coming here is because you put the work in. Step out of your comfort zone. Now it's time to really like shine your light bright, lady. I know it's women. That's a lot of you are women that are watching this, but gender is not specific here. It's like, take it as it resonates, but you just have to let yourself shine. You have to let yourself be who you are and allow yourself the space to do so. So we have South Node and North Node. Let go of what you think you needed, because it wasn't. It was denial. You're working on something that wasn't meant for you. Now you see it for truly it is. And now you're coming into your North Node, which is your true north, which is where you're supposed to go. It's where you're going. And I feel it's with travel. Finally, a personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So that is telling me with relationships here, especially, I strongly sense relationships in this reading, but it could be anything else too. But I sense that you're finally leaving those relationships behind and new ones are coming in. So you're finally getting some answers, and some of them might not be what you want to hear, but it's going to release you from the past so you can truly move forward into your true purpose. There's something beautiful and wonderful coming for you. And you're going to know how to do it, and you're not going to feel like other people are challenging you anymore. You're going to sense that you just kind of, it doesn't ruffle your feathers as much anymore either, because you know how to stand up for yourself. And you're really going into a lucky time. So you're going to still expect to have some money that you need to go on a trip, an adventure where you might actually meet some new people. Maybe you're going with somebody new. I sense a real sense of new, fresh energy coming in for you. Once, like, it's like it's molding and transitioning off. It's almost like you're still kind of being tested and you're still in this kind of place, but coming forward is a new set. You're going to start to feel it soon. You're going to start to feel that soon because you have been working hard. Okay. So you're about to be rewarded for your hard work. All right. Thank you, group 3. I hope this message helped. Leave a comment. I'd love to know what you thought, and subscribe. I'd love to have you back. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.